Have you ever wondered how much it actually costs to live in Vietnam? Everyone says Vietnam is cheap, but is it really? Today, I'm gonna show you exactly what we spend every single month, and then take you grocery shopping with me at AEON supermarket right after work, so you can see exactly what things cost here in Vietnam. Hello everyone, it's Trang. I live with my husband in a small apartment here in Ho Chi Minh City, the most expensive city in Vietnam. And today's video is all about money, specifically what it costs us to live here every month. First, our apartment. We're paying $400 a month toward our mortgage. That's the biggest chunk right there. Next, electricity and water. That's about $50 a month. Internet's actually really cheap here, just $8 a month for internet and home Wi-Fi. For just $8 a month, experiencing a mind-blowing 880 megabits per second download speed and 1 millisecond ping in Vietnam completely redefines what high-speed internet value means on a global scale. Then transportation gas for our motorbike, Grab rides sometimes, that adds up to about $100 a month. So if you add all that up, housing, utilities, internet, transportation, that's $558, which means the rest goes to food and daily life stuff, groceries, eating out, little things that come up. And that's actually the part I want to show you right now. Let's go grocery shopping. So, AEON is about 5 kilometers from our apartment, close enough that I go there almost every week. It's actually one of my favorite places to shop because the prices are really reasonable and you can find pretty much everything in one place. Alright, I'm heading straight to AEON to grab groceries for the week. Come with me. Let's start with the basic stuff everyone buys, no matter where you live, so you guys can compare prices with your own country. Okay, this is honestly my favorite section in the whole store, the fruit section. If there's one thing Vietnam is famous for, it's fruit. We are a tropical country, so fruit grows here basically all year round. And the best part? It's incredibly cheap. Most fruit here cost between $1 and $3 a kilo. Mangoes, papayas, dragon fruit, pineapples, rambutan, mangosteen, longan. I could keep going. Whatever season it is, there's always something fresh and juicy waiting for you. Growing up, fruit was never a treat for us. It was just normal. Something we ate every single day, after lunch, as a snack, whenever. That's how affordable it is here. But not everything is cheap. There's one exception, and it's a big one. Durian. Durian is famous around the world for its strong smell. Some people love it. Some people really can't stand it. But even for us local, durian is actually one of the more expensive fruits. Depending on the season and the variety, it can cost several times more than a regular tropical fruit. Good durian, the really creamy kind, doesn't come cheap even here. And then there's a whole different category, imported fruits. Fruit that don't naturally grow in our climate, like strawberries, blueberries, apples, grapes. These come from colder, temperate countries. Since we can't grow these here, they had to be imported, which means higher shipping costs, higher import taxes, and a much higher price tag by the time they reach the shelf. A small box of strawberries, for example, can easily cost as much as an entire kilo of local mangoes, sometimes even more. So it's kind of a funny contrast. The fruit that grows right outside our door is the cheapest thing in the store, and the fruit that travels thousands of miles to get here is the most expensive. Honestly, if you ever visit Vietnam, my advice is skip the imported stuff. Go local. Try the mango, the dragon fruit, the rambutan. That's where the real value is. And trust me, the taste is incredible when it's this fresh. Alright, let's keep shopping. There's still a lot more to show you. Okay, now let's talk about vegetables. Because honestly, this is a huge part of our daily meals. I'll be honest with you right away. Vegetables at the supermarket are actually more expensive than at a local wet market, sometimes almost double the price for literally the exact same thing. So why do I still buy some of it here? Food safety. At AEON, everything's tracked: where it's grown, how it's grown, when it was harvested. There's a clear origin label on almost everything, so you know exactly what you're getting. At a wet market, you don't always get that kind of transparency, so it's kind of a trade-off, right? Pay a bit more, but feel more confident about what you're actually putting on the table for your family. And vegetables, we eat a lot of them here. Like, genuinely, every single meal has some kind of vegetable in it. Stir-fried greens, boiled vegetables, fresh herbs on the side, raw veggies to go with grilled meat. It's just part of how we eat every single day, not just occasionally. You've got morning glory, water, spinach, cabbage, bok choy, so many leafy greens to choose from. And then fresh herbs, mint, basil, cilantro. We use these constantly in almost everything we cook. Honestly, I think that's part of why obesity isn't really a big issue in Vietnam. Our meals are just naturally balanced: rice, protein, and always vegetables. It's not really a conscious health choice, it's just how we've always eaten. Okay, and right next to the vegetables, mushrooms. So mushrooms are a little different from vegetables in our cooking culture. We don't actually have that many dishes built specifically around mushrooms compared to, say, Japanese or Chinese cuisine, where mushrooms are kind of a star ingredient. For us, mushrooms mostly show up in two situations: hot pot and stir-fry dishes. Like, if we're doing a hot pot at home with family, mushrooms are almost always in there. Enoki mushrooms, oyster mushrooms, straw mushrooms, they all go straight into the pot along with the meat and vegetables. And then for stir fries, mushrooms usually get mixed in with other vegetables or with meat like a beef and mushroom stir fry. That's a pretty common dish, but you won't really find like a mushroom based main dish here the way you might in other Asian cuisines. It's more of a supporting ingredient for us rather than the main event. Still, I like grabbing a few different kinds when I'm here, just to add some variety to whatever we're cooking that week. Alright, this next section is the seafood section, and I'll be honest with you right away, this is one area we don't shop in very often. Fresh seafood here is beautiful shrimp, crab, squid, all kinds of fish, still fresh, still on ice. But it's also one of the more expensive things you you can buy for us locals, something like fresh shrimp or crab. can easily cost several times more than a regular meal's worth of pork or chicken. So, for a lot of Vietnamese families, including us, seafood isn't really an everyday food, it's more of a special occasion thing. Like if it's a birthday or a special day when we want to treat ourselves or families coming over for dinner, that's usually when seafood shows up on the table, not really on a random day. So yeah, as much as it looks amazing here, I'm probably just gonna admire it today and grab something more budget friendly instead. Okay, this next part is a big one, the meat section, and I wanna walk you through the three most popular meats in Vietnam: pork, beef, and chicken. Let's start with pork. Pork is hands down the most consumed meat in Vietnam. If you ask any Vietnamese family what meat they cook the most, it's pork, almost every time. And honestly, it makes sense. Pork is incredibly versatile in Vietnamese cooking. We use it in almost everything. Grilled pork for bún chả, braised pork with eggs, pork in our broths, pork in spring rolls, ground pork in soups. I could go on forever. It's also one of the more affordable meats here, which is probably another reason it's so popular. A half kilo of pork usually runs somewhere between $2 and $3, depending on the cut. Now, let's talk about beef because this one's actually pretty interesting. In Vietnam, you usually see three types of beef at the supermarket: local Vietnamese beef and imported beef, mostly from the US and Australia. Local Vietnamese beef tends to be leaner, a bit tougher in texture, and honestly more affordable. It's what a lot of Vietnamese families grew up eating, especially in dishes like pho or stir-fry beef with vegetables. But over the past few years, imported beef, especially from Australia and the US, has become a lot more popular here. It's more marble, more tender, and a lot of people say the taste and texture is closer to what you get at a Western steakhouse. Of course, that quality comes with a higher price tag. Imported beef can cost 2 to 3 times more than local beef, sometimes even more, depending on the cut. But honestly, we're seeing more and more Vietnamese families buying imported beef now, especially for special dinners or if they're doing something like hot pot or grilling at home. It's become kind of a treat, not an everyday thing, but not rare either. And last but not least, chicken. Chicken is another everyday staple here. It's affordable, it's versatile, and honestly, there's a whole culture around it. Chicken rice, chicken pho, grilled chicken, fried chicken. It shows up everywhere. You usually find two types here: two locally raised chicken, which has a firmer texture and a stronger flavor, and industrially farmed chicken, which is softer and a bit more mild in taste. A lot of people actually prefer the local kind for traditional dishes, even though it's a bit pricier. Chicken breast usually runs around $1.80 for half a kilo, so it's actually one of the more budget-friendly proteins you can buy here. So, if I had to sum it up, pork is our everyday go-to, chicken is our budget-friendly staple, and beef, especially the imported kind, is more of a special treat when we wanna spoil ourselves a little. Alright, quick stop eggs. Here in Vietnam, you usually see two types: free-range chicken eggs and industrial or farm-raised chicken eggs. Free-range eggs, we call them gà thả. Eggs cost around about $1.80 for 10 eggs, and the regular industrial eggs are cheaper, around about $1.20. A lot of people say free-range eggs taste richer with a deeper yolk color, But honestly, both are super affordable compared to a lot of other countries. Okay, this next section is one that actually means a lot to me, personally, the milk section. So, let me tell you a little story here because I think it's actually pretty interesting. Growing up, well, actually, before my generation, milk used to be considered a luxury item in Vietnam, like genuinely expensive. Drinking milk every day wasn't something every family could afford. My parents used to tell me stories about how, back in their time, milk was almost like a status symbol. If a family drank milk daily, people assumed they were doing pretty well financially. A lot of regular families could only afford it occasionally, maybe as a special treat or for a sick child, not as an everyday thing. But things have changed a lot since then, and a big part of that is because of one company, Vinamilk. Vinamilk basically transformed the dairy industry here in Vietnam. They built local production, made milk way more affordable, and made it accessible to pretty much every household, not just wealthy families. Now, you can get a liter of fresh milk for around $1.40. That's incredibly affordable compared to what milk used to cost, and compared to a lot of other countries too. And honestly, this shift has made a real difference, not just economically, but physically, for an entire generation. If you look at kids born from the year 2000 onwards, especially compared to older generations, Vietnamese children today are noticeably taller. And a lot of nutrition experts point to one major factor: better access to milk and dairy, starting from early childhood. Calcium, protein, all those nutrients that help kids grow, they're just way more accessible now than they used to be. Almost every household can afford to give their kids milk daily now, whereas a generation ago, that just wasn't realistic for a lot of families. So when I see this whole aisle full of different milk brands, different flavors, different options, it's kind of amazing to think about how far things have come in just 20-30 years. For us personally, we usually just get regular fresh milk plus maybe some yogurt drinks. Nothing fancy, but it's just a normal part of our grocery list now, which again, that alone says a lot about how things have changed. Alright, let's stop the drink section. When it comes to soda, Coca-Cola and Pepsi are still the two biggest names here, just like in a lot of other countries. You find them pretty much everywhere: supermarkets, convenience stores, street food stores, restaurants. Honestly, it's kind of funny, no matter where you go in Vietnam, even the smallest local shop in the countryside, you almost always find one of these two. But what really interesting is, right next to them, our local Vietnamese brands, especially green tea and fruity drinks. Brands like these have gotten incredibly popular here, especially over the last decade. A lot of Vietnamese people, especially younger generations, actually prefer these over soda now. I think part of it is the health factor. Green tea just feels lighter, less sugary, more refreshing, especially in our hot weather. And part of it is just it tastes familiar. It feels more like something we grew up drinking, you know. And then there's fruity flavors like peach, lychee, passion fruit. These are super popular too, especially with younger people. So Yeah, it's kind of a fun mix here. International soda brands like Coke and Pepsi still dominate, but local tea brands have carved out a huge space for themselves too. So now you've seen it, our full monthly budget and a real, honest look at grocery prices here in Vietnam. Some things cheap, some things expensive, just like anywhere else in the world. I really hope this gave you a clearer picture of what everyday life actually costs here, not the tourist version, the real one. Now I want to hear from you. How does this compare to where you live? Is your rent higher, lower? What about your grocery bill? Cheaper or way more expensive than what you just saw? Drop a comment below and let me know. I read every single one, and I genuinely love learning how people live in other parts of the world. And hey, if you enjoyed this video, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. We've got a lot more real, everyday life videos coming from Vietnam. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.